It's my birthday and I'll cry if I want to.
But it's not your birthday.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, but it's not anymore.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Anyway.
As we speak into these nicotine-smelling mics, apparently, Ellie's live with us once again. She's not over a Viber. Hi, Ellie. Thank you so much for my birthday yesterday. I had a very nice time.
It was a very nice evening, wasn't it?
It was.
What did you do?
We ate the world's biggest steak, and I got a belt.
And a cake.
And a cake.
And Mia came.
And Mia came. Well, she arrived. She didn't come.
Ethan, behave yourself.
It's the 2-Minute Terminator. I'm Ethan McKinley.
And I'm Ellie Fitzgerald.
And we are Wild Stallions. Yeah. Bill and Tim reference. It's episode 38, and we're going to go for... Oh, I'll just tell you this after the theme tune. Sorry, a bit tired. Hey, happy birthday. It's the 2-Minute Terminator.
Hit the music.
Oh, forget it.
Watch out for machines, they're unstoppable. Watch out for machines, they will rule the world.
Synchronized oinking.
Synchronized oinking. Okay, right.
Tell us what the bookends to this episode are, Ethan.
Well, one is made of solid oak, and the other one is on Viber. No, basically we are going from the 2-minute gaps bridging minutes 74 to 76. So that's 1 hour 14 minutes in to 1 hour 60 minutes in, and it opens with we have to get as far away from the studio as possible. Which I think
Just head south.
And then John Connor's talking to Arnold about smiles.
Smile. Let me tell you about smiles.
Oh,
Can you remember any of that?
Not really.
Ethan went for a casting of a commercial. Was it for toothpaste?
No, it was for Thomas Cook Holidays, and it was about smiles. We should look that up after this show and see if it actually exists, the Thomas Cook Smiles commercial.
It was gay as fuck, I'll tell you that right now. I'm kind of glad you
so
didn't
much
get
to
it.
learn there. We had like 1 day to learn it, right? It was something stupid like that. And
Let me tell you about smiles.
didn't get it.
I don't think you smiled for like a whole
we've got
week
the Raised
after
of the
that.
Lost Ark tickets as well for the next year.
It's in March.
12th of March 2016, 7 p.m. Allegedly, it's John Williams conducting. Is that correct?
It is indeed.
And if we took a photograph of that and put it on the thing, would anyone be able to claim this ticket or anything if we left there?
If you leave the barcode out, yeah.
Is it the
So if you
not
do
that one? What about that one? That's
No, that's fine. What they do is they scan that barcode, the one that goes vertically down.
You sure?
100%.
I know what I could do. Put something over the barcode.
Yeah.
Then you
Something a
won't
bit
be
more
able
rock
to
and
get us,
roll
will
than a
you?
fucking packet of gum.
So Ellie, let's begin with this clip.
Yes.
I mean, the thrust of the main part of the clip is Arnold trying to be taught. I mean, well,
To be
Edward Furlong.
cash and cool and
Trying
down with the kids.
Yeah.
Getting the
And,
lingo.
no problemo. Hasta La Vista Baby.
I have never
me.
used the word
I've never used any of
dickwad.
those terms. Dickwad. Even then, when I was
Dickwad.
like 2 years over the age of John Connor's age in this, which I guess is it's meant to be 10 in this, but Edward Furlong's 14 years old.
Also, he doesn't like the fact that he uses the word affirmative, as if a 10-year-old would know what affirmative means.
I know what affirmative was.
At 10?
Yeah, because
Dude, you went to special school where kids lick the fucking windows and ate crayons.
That is actually true. But as a television age
Do you eat
kid,
crayons? Affirmative.
It tastes of birdie.
Tastes like birdie.
Yeah, I wasn't the Ralph Wiggum of my class.
You fucking were.
I was top of the class. I was in
Yeah,
classes with actual retards, but I wasn't a retard myself. I was just.
Did the
dyslexic.
retards choose you?
No, I tried to keep myself to myself.
He didn't share his crayons.
If ever you're in a room with a lot of kids and they've all got those 1950s 40s style American leather football helmets on, and they're not playing football,
Oh god.
you know you've got problems. So just avoid them.
Is it for their own safety or for the safety of others?
I don't know.
Do retarded kids have exploding heads?
Let's find out in the next episode.
Is that why your head's so fucking massive?
It is
Full of brains and shit.
full of brains.
No, I'm still not convinced that a 10-year-old would know what the word affirmative.
Well, I do because if you grew up in the 80s, you'd be bombarded with that word essentially because there was lots of robots on TV and animated shows in films and stuff. Affirmative. Yeah, it's quite a common thing. There's a robot.
Just because you hear it, it doesn't mean you know what it means.
Yeah,
I remember when I was a kid running
but
around singing
sometimes
"I
you-
Want to Have Sex on the Beach." I didn't know what that was.
Sometimes you can learn
I
what a
did
word
actually.
is within the context of the words around it. So if somebody says, "Can you do this for me, robot man?" and he goes, "Affirmative," that either means yes or no, and I guess you'd eventually imagine it becomes yes.
Imagine it'd become yes.
Yeah, because like if he does do the thing he's asked to do after saying affirmative, it must mean yes.
Stop smelling the mic.
Oh, the mics.
Oh, the mics. Okay, John isn't wearing his seatbelt.
No.
Would the Terminator not enforce that for the safety of John?
Well, you'd think because they include that in Terminator Genesis. He's like, seatbelt, sir, Connor.
I know, and yet he doesn't tell young John.
No.
He could be jeopardising his life.
Technically, though,
And he was speeding.
because he's driving, you could, I guess, imagine he's in safe hands.
It's quite funny actually, because whenever my dad drives dangerously, my mum's like, "Oh my god, you're gonna go to the guys!" Like, it's okay.
And he goes, "Shut up, Dickwad," and just slaps her in the fucking chops.
Robocop's driving. I think Robocop's driving is probably best. He drives like a fucking badass.
So yeah, we're a bit subdued. The last two episodes were pretty great, weren't they?
Oh, I'm quite energised. You're the one.
Thank you for your
half
birthday
asleep.
wishes, Spaldner and Nichols.
Way.
Thank you, Josh, for retweeting and favouriting the show. I guess the other two guys don't do that, but you do, so thank you.
Yeah, but Josh isn't on Facebook.
I think he is.
Yeah, but he doesn't like the show.
He's remaining anonymous.
Anonymous.
Josh, find us on Facebook, man. Who are
Yeah,
you?
who are you?
So-
We've reached out so many times.
What? Yeah, I even said send us your size for a t-shirt, you fuck.
I
And you
know.
Didn't get back to me.
I know.
By the way, Ellie,
What an
t-shirts.
asshole. Yeah, I need to chase it. They still haven't contacted
It's
me.
been over 2 months, Ellie.
2 months.
Yeah. Well over 2 months.
It's actually not.
It has.
It's not been 2 months, dude.
Well, these listeners are waiting for their merchandise and we're letting them down.
I know. I'm sorry. My bad. I'll chase it on Monday. Actually, I can chase it tomorrow because they're open on a Saturday.
Anyway, we mentioned this actually on the last show. The Hasta La Vista stuff, the dialogue between the Terminator and Eddie happening right now.
Is this a fact?
It is, but you already had it in the last episode. This was his first day of shooting. Cactus
yeah.
Jacks, which I mentioned 2 episodes back, was actually a real place, which is near the Palmdale Desert.
You just can't wait to get those facts out, can you?
Because they're not really, because they gave them away already. Because this timeline is now really skewed.
Fucked.
His dialogue was taped to the dashboard of the windscreen, and Arnie getting out of the car was the first day of shooting on October the 9th, 1990.
That's in October?
Yeah.
That's fucking sunny and warm and dusty for October, no?
Well, it's equatorial. You're in the desert. It looks like New Mexico, I suppose.
They're in Mexico?
Well, it's the Palmdale Desert. I'm not sure what desert it's meant to be in the film. I assume they're heading towards New Mexico to get into Mexico, to get out of the country, to get away from the Terminator.
I feel like with this ensemble that Arnold's wearing, it all looks amazing apart from his really shit belt. They could have got a better belt. Like your belt! Describe your belt.
I think everything's fine, but his shirt's tucked in. I'm not sure if you'd do that. And I don't like the high nature of his t-shirt. even
The
though that was
high
style.
nature. So that one's too high. The one you're currently wearing's too low.
I'd have gone for a black t-shirt. Just go for broke.
Go for broke. Yeah. You got a nice Harley Davidson. It's like a basketball shirt, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the only
a
fact
vest.
attack I've got for this episode.
Is fact attack.
Trivia. Schmivia. Actually, you know what? It's actually in the next episode. This
Oh
fact attack
no!
is.
Well
I
then don't
apologise.
ruin it.
I'm not going to ruin it.
I can just go.
So, what do you think of this scene, Ellie?
I love it when we get past the 2 minutes because that's when he does that really fucking awkward fake smile. And can I just say, actually, at the end of this 2 minutes, or 3/4 of the way through, you see the guy that's on the phone in the background. I think he's massively overacting that he's on the phone. Like, all he has to do is really stand there and hold it and just move his mouth. But he's kind of like really bobbing around and like, yeah, yes. I was like, all right, mate. Your
Well,
background.
In drama school, they call that demonstrating, when you're like overtly like showing that you're doing something to the point that it looks like fake. No,
Well-
in theatre, obviously, you make everything a lot bigger because you've got to play to like an audience, even though they're like, kind of like close to you in a sense. They're not like in your face like you would on screen acting. Screen acting is so subtle, you almost have to not do anything. So if you ever watch behind the scenes, if you're ever on a film set and you're watching people actually like, who the fuck is this guy famous? This is actually shit. And you
then
see it on screen and
yeah.
go, oh, okay, I understand now.
It's all in the context,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Do we know who these bit part acting kids are that run across the screen with the guns?
Yes.
Or the
boy
chick with the massive ass in the
the
background?
first boy with the gun is called Danny Glick.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, really. I'm bullshitting.
Oh! You're so good at acting.
I'm actually not.
Talking of acting, you've got a couple of agents wanting to see you next week.
A third one now who just left a voicemail last week, which was on Monday, weirdly. So I'm going to have to get back to him. Is it the Markham agency, which is Chucky's agency? The big black man off Holby City, my friend.
Oh, I don't watch Holby City. I apologise. I don't
Very
apologise.
helpful. We love Chucky. And, Simon and Howe and Regan. So we'll see.
So it looks like it's getting
Ethan's
back on
last
track.
2-year swing of the bat.
Is that what you're giving yourself, 2 years?
Gonna give myself 2 years, yeah.
Wow. We're timescaling this.
Well, come on, I'm getting a bit old to be fucking chasing rainbows and lollipops and shit now.
But you're the sunshine kid.
I
Actually,
am.
no, that's me.
But also, as the world changes around you, people's attitudes change to you, so it's difficult to kind of like restart your life in any other direction that you want to do it in, because you'll always be seen as like, you know, trying to, you know, whatever.
Mr. Go Compare.
Yeah, a little bit.
I still think you should send that advert to Drew. Hey man, what happened to your
bike? Fill some air out, Ellie. I need to just find out if this the boy smiling on the phone is actually anyone.
Okay. What else can we say about? I wonder what. Well, whenever the Terminator looks at Sarah, he always just looks at her in disgust. Do you reckon he has any kind of like, not emotion, but do you reckon he thinks, oh, you know, this crazy woman?
No, I just think that's the face that Arnold pulls when he plays the Terminator. Is that kind of like?
Yeah, but he doesn't look at John with the same disdain.
He does.
No, he doesn't. Oh, I can say something about this lady.
Yeah.
The lady in the
it's in the clip.
cafeteria.
I apologise. We can have a fact attack in this clip. Go on,
Can
who
I
is
say
she?
a movie that I don't know what her name is, but I know a movie that I've seen her in.
Yeah.
She's Mrs. Ipkiss in The Mask. That's what you are, Ipkiss. I beg nothing. No, just me then. Remember?
Yeah.
She comes out and she has the green face paint on.
Oh, sorry. A big shout out to Scott Shaw as well.
Why?
He sent me some birthday wishes.
Did he?
Yeah.
The infamous fucking Shaw.
Yeah.
Infamous Shaw. Did he wish a happy birthday?
Yeah, the lady that John says, "Hey, how's business?"
And she goes, "Give me a break."
You are in fact exactly correct, Ellie. Nancy Fish, the actress playing the burger stand lady, is Jim Carrey's landlady in The Mask. She's also in Death Becomes in 1992,
Who
Kiss
is she
Kiss
in
Bang
that?
Bang 2005. The last thing she did was Love Shack in 2010. So there
I
we go.
love Death Becomes Her. I remember watching that as a kid and thinking, great tits in this movie. I did. How wrong is that?
How wrong is that, Ellie?
Have you seen that movie? Death Becomes Her?
Yeah, but I don't think it's very good.
I thought it was pretty funny. It's been years since I've watched it though.
I don't know. It's very much.
Stop touching
It's very
yourself.
indicative of that kind of 90s film. It has a very specific, like, pastel-y, weird look to it. A little bit like, even though it's a different director, The Shadow has that look as well.
What's The Shadow?
Alec Baldwin is the 1930s or 20s kind of radio character called The Shadow, who would like fight crime, and you could only ever see his shadow, and he'd like cloud men's minds. Basically, he was like this opium dealer, and he was kind of like put on the straight and narrow by some like weird monk-like character who kind of cursed him
This
and
sounds
made
shit.
him the Shadow. So he has to kind of like atone for all the evil he's done by dispensing justice to other evil and criminals.
Criminal.
Nancy Fish has been in The X-Files. She's been in the Drew Carey show, Mad About You, or Mad About You. She's the Krusty the Clown version.
She was in Beethoven.
She was. She first started off in General Hospital in 1963 as Nurse Strickland. Oh, I tell a lie. She played Nurse Strickland in 1991, but she was in the Monkeys TV series as a nurse in 67 and worked all the way through. Steelyard Blues, Cadillac Arrest, Birdie, which is the Nicolas Cage film about a guy who thinks he can fly. Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Candy Mountain, Candy Mountain.
The
When you're
Equalizer.
down in
So
the
lots
pink
of like
cheering up.
Lots of TV work. Exorcist 3 with the giant shears that chops off your head.
Never seen it.
Nurse Allerton. Dr. Giggles, which of course stars Larry Drake, who was in Darkman.
Dr. Giggles, what the fuck?
Yeah. Clint Howard. You know who Clint Howard is, Ali?
No.
Clint Howard's in a film called The Ice Cream Man, who was actually
Oh, I
in
recognise him.
Dr. Giggles. He's actually Ron Howard's brother, but he's like the weird mutant brother of. He's got a really odd
Ron
look.
Howard is in...
Rod Howard as a Richie from Cunningham from
Yeah.
Happy Days, directed Willow, Cocoon, Apollo 13, that kind
He
of
is
thing.
one fucking weird looking dude. Oof.
He's a weird looking dude. If you are listening to this, Ron, don't hate us. Michael York.
That chick that he was just stood next to used to go out with Rick James, bitch.
I'm Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch! And I know that from RuPaul.
So have you got anything else to add to the show before we wrap up, Ellie?
Yes, there's more product placement in this scene.
Public Enemy t-shirt, John Connor. We were very much going strong in
Pepsi
91.
again.
Pepsi again.
It's the chick with the massive shorts and the big butt.
Listeners, what do you favour? Do you favour Pepsi or Coke? Because I prefer Coca-Cola. I find Pepsi really like saccharine, sickly sweet.
Sacker. The only fizzy drink that I really like is Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually sweeter than, but it's probably because it's got even worse things in it than sugar. I swear there's like carcinogenics in fucking Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Well, it was originally made with cocaine. It was like some like weird wonder tonic,
Now
wasn't
that I would have drunk.
I'm a big fan of Coca-Cola. I really like Doritos Mexican Cola. That's really nice. Very syrupy.
Have you ever had it before going to the burrito place?
No. But
Oh.
apparently if you have Coca-Cola in Mexico, they use cane sugar as opposed to high fructose corn syrup. Because
So
as we
that'd be
said,
better.
well, everything in like America, they get like government sanctioned and like I think they get some like kind of government aid if you grow corn. I don't know why the corn industry gets that, but that's why there's like high fructose corn syrup in so many like American products.
Weird.
Which is really bad for you, but apparently they just use regular sugar in Coke and it tastes amazing, so they say. But I guess it tastes a bit like Doritos if that's the case.
I remember a friend of mine, half her family lived in America, and one time she brought over all these American sweets. There was candy corns, there was Baby Ruths, and I shit you not, this girl was
Baby
fucking
Ruth's
awesome. She put a candy corn up her bum, and
I ate it out of her.
pooped it out. Well,
Oh.
she just squeezed, went, hit the wall, splat. It was fucking hilarious. And I've never looked at candy corn in the same way ever again. It's quite a nice subtle shape though. It's very small and kind of like tapers out, so you can just edge it in nice and easy. Bit like a butt plug, just a very small one. It's like a hamster butt plug.
Hamster butt plug. Butt plug?
Blub, blub.
Butt plug?
So yeah, do you reckon this movie's sponsored by Pepsi?
No.
There's so much Pepsi in the
Well, I
Terminator
don't know how
franchise.
product placement works. Obviously, they pay the production company a certain amount of money to have their product shown. But I don't know. I really don't know.
See, look at these fucking horrible shorts. Bad shorts. Look, massively overacting on the phone theme.
Apologies for the low energy in this this episode, guys. Like we're a bit just tired, really. Not
Yeah, I'm
even
fucking
hungover.
knackered, I'm not gonna lie. But again though, there's not a hell of a lot going on in this scene.
No, there isn't.
There's not a lot of facts.
There isn't. This is in fact the 99th episode, though.
So tomorrow will be the 100th.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because we were having too much fun celebrating your birthday yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, if you go over to Ethan McKinley's Questionable, the website, or you go on the Facebook page of Questionable and Terminator, you can actually see Alex Winter from Bill and Ted talk to Ethan about his latest film. That's not how they get a guitar in the film. You can see us discussing his new film about the deep web, basically, which is the internet beneath the internet, where drugs, child pornography, and all kinds of crazy shit happens, essentially.
You should be the
Allegedly.
You should be the ambassador for that.
I need to actually redo the editorial on the website because I think I've misrepresented what is the film's actually about, so I might change that later.
Oh shit! Why? How do you think you're representing it?
I think the stuff we discussed actually in the show is, I don't know. I'm still confused about the deep web in a sense that he just said it's for just like coding
Pepsi
and various other
again.
things.
Sorry, keep saying it.
That's okay.
Again, a Pepsi. And why is that car smoking so much, or is it just the dust?
It's probably run out of water. The radiator's smoking.
It's interesting how the parent-child role reversal happens in this scene.
It is.
Normally, it's the kids taking the money off the parent.
And of course, as we said in previous episodes, we're now seeing him in like flesh colours,
Yeah.
warm colours, and without the sunglasses to humanise him.
Oh, he's so fucking hot, man.
Thank you all for listening, everyone. It was a 20-minute sojourn, walking through the Terminator film for the 99th episode. Bit of a damp squib, but we did 2 great episodes before this one, and we just tired.
So don't
and
be fucking
knackered.
greedy, yo.
We'll see you tomorrow for the 100th episode.
Hasta La Vista
Baby.
Watch out for machines, they're unstoppable. Watch out for machines, they will rule the world. I'll be back.